The Enterprise Rent-A-Car Company is the biggest in the country, also the owner of National and Alamo Car Rental. Yet for years there has been no company-wide policy on how to deal with its cars that have been recalled for safety issues, as the parents of two young California women tragically discovered.
It was a family reunion for 24-year-old Rachel Hauk and her 20-year-old sister Jackie, who had both moved away from their parents' home in Southern California.
You want them to drive something safe, so sent them the money to go to Enterprise and get a rental car.
When they showed up at the Enterprise lot in Santa Cruz, they were told they had been upgraded to a Chrysler PT Cruiser. What they were not told was that Enterprise had received this recall notice from Chrysler 1 month earlier, September 2004, warning that the power steering fluid on the PT Cruiser could leak and result in an under-hood fire.
We found out that they had rented this same car 3 times in that month period before they rented it to Rachel and Jackie.
On their way back home, up Highway 101, the warning became reality as the PT Cruiser engine caught fire.
So all the black noxious smoke would go immediately fill the engine compartment, so you wouldn't be able to see, you wouldn't be able to breathe, you had no steering, and your car's on fire.
Rachel swerved across the median strip into an oncoming truck. Both girls died instantly.
They had been incinerated in the car.
The Hauks spent 5 years in court fighting Enterprise, based in St. Louis, and the company at first tried to blame their daughters.
Maybe they're suicidal, maybe they were on drugs, all of these things.
But in pretrial testimony, Enterprise executives made a surprising admission that there was no corporate policy requiring that recalled cars be held back from rental, that it was left up to regional managers.
Did you ever consider the possibility that Enterprise should not rent cars to the public after they've received recall notices from the manufacturer?
No.
I had never imagined in a million years that a company could rent a car that they knew was recalled.
Do you think it's a good idea to do that? To rent cars that can catch fire to the public?
Same objection. It calls for speculation.
Do you want me to answer?
Yes, please.
I have no idea.
How many more rental car companies are out there letting unsafe vehicles be on the road and really gambling with the lives of their customers that defect won't result in a deadly crash?
Enterprise ultimately admitted its negligence in the deaths of Rachel and Jackie Hauk. The parents turned down a $3 million settlement that would have prevented them from talking about the case publicly. Earlier this year, a jury returned a verdict of $15 million against Enterprise.
The public has a right to know whether this car is safe to get into. We had a right to know. If we don't try to get this before the American public and to consumers, our daughters become a mere statistic.
No one at Enterprise would agree to speak to us on camera this morning, but in a statement the company said it has to evaluate each recall on a case-by-case basis because there are so many of them. And Hertz and Avis told us pretty much the same thing, that they do not automatically pull a car off the rental lot just because of a safety recall notice. Enterprise hints the case of the Hauk daughters. Executives are paying much greater attention to make sure what happened there does not happen again, but still no policy.
So they're saying it's just not cost effective to have a policy?
There are too many. They can't do them all. They decide on their own.
Well, you'd think stories like this would make them change that. Okay, Brian Ross, thanks very much.